Okay, let's next see how to connect our local repository that we have been developing into a remote repository. Now, if you remember, one of the main principles of distributed version control systems like Git is that the developers have their local repository like we have here, but there is also the online repository that is accessible by all the developers of the project. So here we have the project that we have been developing in these videos. Now there is a git remote command that will display remotes if we would have one, but right now it doesn't show anything, so we don't have currently an online repository. This v flag means verbose, which gives more information about the remotes. So let's now go ahead and make a new project at GitLab. Yes, gitlab.com is the remote repository service that we will be using in the context of this course. So let's create a blank project. Let's have it like this. We can set it as a public project, and we don't need a readme file as we already have one in our local repository. So the next thing to do is to add the remote to our local repository, and here is a command that we can use to do that. So let's go ahead and do it. So now if we run git remote, we can see this origin remote that is referring to the GitLab repository that we just made. And now the next thing to do would be to connect or push our changes to the remote repository. So that can be done with git push command. So now with this command we will push our local repository to the remote one. Before this you have to make sure you can authenticate to GitLab. I have done the SSH key authentication, so I don't have to input my credentials each time I connect to the remote repository. But now, as we can see, the command has been executed, and when we refresh this page, we can now